This right here is a very rare Nintendo Wii. It doesn't look like anything special, and I also thought the same thing until I started examining it closer. This is actually one of the earliest Wiis from 2006, and it is running firmware version 1.0J. It's a Japanese Wii, so it's obviously going to be in Japanese. And as you can see here, it says RVL001JPN for Japan. Right next to that, we have the serial number, which is actually quite low. 1000740555. Basically, this Wii was bought by someone in Japan, and it was never updated. And I don't really know how much it was used. On the outside, it pretty much just looks like a normal Wii, because it is a normal Wii. This was sold at retail. It was just a very early one. As you can see, the front looks the same. There's nothing really different going on. SD card slot's the same. Even though I think the SD card menu wasn't implemented in this version of the Wii menu yet. Yeah, there's not many differences. Mine is obviously a little bit yellow. That doesn't really have anything to do with it. I think the GameCube port cover, as you can see, this label might be a little different. I think they updated it on newer Wiis. But other than that, it looks pretty much the same. Let's hook it up to the TV and let's take a look at what's on it. Okay, so here it is, starting up. Not sure if this says anything different here on this caution screen. That transition was actually felt pretty fast. I think that's faster than what it is on newer firmware versions. And this is where we start to see a lot of differences. As you can see, we just have the default channels here, but these ones are just icons. Can't actually launch these because these weren't available on 1.0. So the only ones we have available to us are the disc channel that has a bigger disc icon with a Wii logo, the Me channel, which looks the same, and the Photo channel, which should be on 1.0 version of Photo channel. If you have Photo channel on your Wii, chances are it's probably on version 1.1. The date on here is not correct. There's nothing else here. I don't even think any other channels are available at this time since the Wii Shop channel wasn't available yet. So let's go into Wii settings and let's just see if there's any save data on here. Okay, so once again, that actually felt faster navigating through the menus, and there's appears to be save data for WarioWare and Wii Sports. And pretty sure those are both games that released in 2006, so that would make sense. And there's also only one option here. I think that's a race. You couldn't move to an SD card, and as a matter of fact, the SD card menu isn't even an option here on this version. Up here, it would normally say the firmware version, and it probably does on your Wii, but on 1.0 it doesn't say that it's actually 1.0. I don't know what that says. That's the console nickname. Someone wants to translate, feel free to do that. We have the calendar settings, screen settings, sound settings. Wii Connect 24 is grayed out. I'm not sure if that's just because I don't have an internet connection set up. And the only option here is to format. There's actually I don't think there's an option to update, which is strange. Because usually, I believe there's an update button right above here. And I know this is to format because it's yellow. So let's try out some games. Let's try out a GameCube game first. It's reading the disc. And there it is. This doesn't appear to have any differences to what's on modern Wii versions. Another subtle difference that I don't know why they changed is when you start, the pointer still appears there and it just is stuck in place. It's a little odd for them to change. As you can see, Mario Party 4 is loading up as normal. Except obviously this is Japanese Mario Party 4, so there's differences between that and the American version. So I have 3 games right here. 2 of them are Wii Sports, the other one's Wii Sports Resort. And I'll pull up a picture on the screen. These Wii Sports are actually on different versions. One of these is 1.0, which is the version that came out when the Wii launched, and the other one is version 1.1. And I think that came out in 2007, and it's just a revision to the game. I'm going to start by inserting Wii Sports Resort, which came out in 2009. And that is asking us to update. So I'm obviously not going to do the update, so I'm just going to eject the disk. And now I'm going to try Wii Sports. So the one I'm inserting now is the 1.0 version of Wii Sports that came out in 2006. And there we go, it is reading the game. And we can start it. So a few things to notice. I won't go in depth about the 1.0 version of Wii Sports, but just to give you an idea of when this came out, the copyright year says 2006, and smaller details that on the icon for the Wii Remote here, on the newer versions of the game, it'll actually have a jacket around the Wii Remote, because the Wii Remote jacket wasn't a thing when this Wii came out. So we're just going to go back to the Wii menu. And we're going to try to play this 1.1 version of Wii Sports. Once again, it seems that the transitions to go back to the Wii menu is actually faster. And it is asking us to update, which I'm not going to do again. It will only read games that were actually released within the basically early Wii games from 2006. And this is still Wii Sports, just the 2007 revision of it. So we're going to eject that. The only things left to do are, let's go through some of these channels. Let's start with the photo channel. So as you can see, the SD card slot is available on this Wii. It's telling us to insert it, which I'm not going to do. There's no photos on the Wii message board, but it's not like the SD card was completely useless at this point. It's just that the SD card menu wasn't available yet. I'm not sure when that was added. We're going to go back to the Wii menu and let's go to the Me channel. Obviously it's going to be called something different since this is the Japanese Wii. And there's just my Me there. There weren't any Miis on this console when I got it. And there's also no extra buttons here. On some firmware versions, there would be a Connect to Nintendo DS button. I don't think there would be anything in the Me Parade. Since this Wii's obviously never been connected online before, or else it would have been updated. I don't think there's any actual differences in the Me creator. I think all of this has stayed standard throughout the entire Wii's life. All of this seems pretty much the same. This option is grayed out. That could just be because I don't have an internet connection, because I think that's for mingling. I don't know if that's usually grayed out without an internet connection, or if that's just because this is before this was implemented, but I think it's just because I don't have a connection set up. Pretty much it for this Wii. There's not a whole lot on it since this is very early. These channels aren't going to do anything. It's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you next time.